neighbors. Everybody needs good neighbors with a little understanding. You can find the perfect blend. Neighbors should be there for one another. That's when good neighbors become good friends.
I think my resignation is the only way out, and Rosemary understands that as well as I do.
No, Paul. I can't let you do that.
We've got to save the company's reputation. I mean, what else can we do?
I don't know, but I'm not going to be blackmailed by the likes of Derek Morris, and that's for sure.
What makes you think your resignation will stop that story from being published?
You'll probably publish anyway, with embellishments.
Yeah, but if I'm not involved in the company, there's no real story to print, is there? I'm sorry, but I just couldn't handle all this stuff about my private life being dragged up again. I've had enough.
Hang on. Weren't you telling me how we Robinsons should stick together? Huh?
Yeah, but Scotty, you've got to know when to quit. I'm sorry, but this is as far as I go.
All right, listen, I realise I shouldn't be giving you advice, seeing as I, got us into this. But you've got to tough it out. Don't let him see that he's getting to you.
I agree.
Come on, mate. I mean, Auntie Rosemary needs you to run things here. Don't you?
Yes, Scott. In spite of what I've been saying in the last few days, I can't think of a better man for the job.
Well, if you want me that badly, I guess you got me, haven't you?
Come on, mate.
You're making the right decision, Paul.
Yeah, well, why should I let some two-bob hustler ruin everything I've worked for, eh?
That's all very interesting as background, Mrs. Mangle, but I'm more interested in Paul's more recent history. Did you know his wife, Terry?
She worked for Max Ramsey for a while. Odd, isn't it? A lady plumber.
But you didn't know her personally.
No, that was before we moved in here. Of course, I read those dreadful newspaper stories about her criminal associations.
Look, I pay for first-hand information, Mrs. Mangle, not old newspaper stories. I can get them from the morgue. The dead newspaper files. Look, with the greatest of respect, I think we're wasting each other's time. I need fresh facts.
Oh, perhaps there is something.
It's his reputation as a businessman we're interested in.
Well, there was that rather sordid episode with his secretary, Susan Cole.
Oh, so he had an affair with his secretary?
Well, I don't know all the details, but they did seem very close.
And how long did this go on for? Did she meet him in his hotel room?
Mr. Morris, do bear in mind that Paul Robinson pays my weekly wage. If he should discover we're talking like this, my position will be in jeopardy.
You haven't got a worry in the world, Mrs. Mangle. Journalistic integrity, you know?
So one can't be too careful in these difficult times. Employment isn't easy to find.
Neither is $200. Now, about this affair.
Well, this is in the strictest confidence, but Susan Cole came to Erinsborough as an unwed mother. Her son was the fruit of a liaison with her previous employer.
So she'd had other affairs?
Oh, yes. But that didn't matter to Dr. Gibbons. He took her into his home and offered to give the poor child a name. But then Paul stepped in.
Well, go on, Mrs. Mangle. This is exactly what I'm looking for.
That must be his place. Let's get out of here before he sees us, huh?
There's no hurry. Let him get inside. Let's make sure we got the right place. All right, let's have a closer look.
I don't like these cul-de-sacs. It's make people can see us.
Would you stop worrying? Let me do the thinking, will you? I told you it's going to be a piece of cake.
I'm glad you're home.
Actually, I've had a hard day. Head office is trying to bury me in paperwork.
Well, you're home now and dinner should be ready soon.
Have I got a few minutes to get change?
Yeah, if you're quick, but I want to show you something first. Now, before you start panicking, have a look at who it's addressed to.
Mr. Deek. Oh, Mrs. D. Clark. What does she want?
Just to say how sorry she is for having caused any trouble, and to say how much she envies me for having married you.
Yeah, well, she had a chance, but she really blew it, eh?
There's a man as irresistible as you shouldn't be let out in the streets.
I'm with you, Daff. Whenever I'm with you, no one else gets a look in. Can I get changed now?
Well, the public has a right to know the caliber of the businessman they're dealing with.
Well, Susan Cole has gone back to her parents now and hopefully will dedicate her life to more motherly pursuits. I wouldn't like to see her hurt in any way.
Paul Robinson's the real villain here. She will appear merely as a victim of circumstances. Susan Cole will be in the story as a fly caught in a very greasy web.
Do you have to mention her directly? Couldn't you, well, change your name to protect the innocent, as it were?
Oh, come, Mrs. Mangle. This is not a schoolboy essay for the Erinsborough News. And you know the old saying, you can't make an omelette without breaking eggs.
You did promise to keep it confidential.
Yes, of course. You just keep an eye out for the first issue of the magazine. It'll give you a real sense of achievement to know you played a part in exposing the truth.
It will be the truth, won't it? It won't be sensationalized in any way.
I can assure you that everything I print will be fact. It'll be up to the public to draw their own conclusions.
I see. Well, good night, Mr. Morris.
Good night, Mrs. Mangle. Your cheque will be in Monday's mail.
I tidied the kitchen and I made you a cup of tea, Nan.
Thank you, dear.
You hardly touched your breakfast. How am I supposed to learn to cook if you won't eat?
Oh, I don't know. It's not your fault, Jane. Breakfast looked lovely. I'm just not in an eating mood, that's all.
If you're still worried about the mortgage, why don't you speak to Paul again? I mean, you've been there long enough to ask for a pay rise.
But apparently not long enough to warrant some common courtesy. He was extremely abrupt when I spoke to him last night.
Well, I guess yesterday wasn't a good time to ask. That reporter really upset him, you know.
I should think he'd welcome the publicity.
Not from disclosure, he wouldn't. Some sort of a scandal sheet.
How distasteful.
Paul practically threw him out of the office. It was really scary. Boy, I hope he never gets that mad with me.
Do you think Charlene will let me borrow some of her jewellery? I mean, I have to look sophisticated. Well, do you think she will?
Nick off, Lucy. Stop being such a bimbo, please.
You're just jealous because I'm going to Paris and you're not.
I am not.
Yes, you are. I'm going to be going to France and you'll be stuck in boring old school.
Well, the sooner you go, the better.
Stop arguing, you two.
Sure. All you have to do is get Lucy to leave me alone.
He's just mad because he has to stay home.
You're kidding. It will be the best holiday of my life not having you around.
That's enough, both of you. Now, why don't you take her sketching out into the backyard?
Anything to get away from her.
And you, young lady, can take Bouncer for a walk.
Oh, by the way, Scott.
What?
Can I have the picture you did of Bouncer and Mate? It's not exactly a masterpiece, but Bradley'd appreciate it.
Well, if you ask me, he'd be better off with just the picture. At least it doesn't talk, does it?
Gran, I'll be glad to go away. Scott doesn't like me anymore.
Oh, darling. He's just upset about Paul. I'm sure he'll miss you very much while you're away.
Yeah, well, don't tell him, but I'll probably miss him too.
That's his wife. Name's Daphne.
Gotcha. I still say you should take it to a car wash like real people.
Needs a good clean. I'd almost forgotten what colour it was.
Hey! What are you doing? You're squashing.
He or she's fine. And so am I.
Geez, I could go for a drink. This is thirsty work.
There's a couple of cans in the fridge. You want one, Paul?
Water everywhere and not a drop to drink, eh? No thanks, Dad.
Okay.
Having kids obviously agrees with her. You should keep her in that condition, mate.
Yeah, we should put the Clarks into mass production.
Oh, what a frightening thought. I'm going to go. I'll see you later. Listen, don't you work too hard.
All right.
Oh!
Hey.
He's on his own now. Let's go.
Hey, hang on. We've got more company.
Blimey. Life in the suburbs, eh?
I hope Nan didn't add to your problems when she came to see you last night. She's had a bit of a shock.
Why? What's the problem?
Well, she got a letter from the bank and the house payments have gone up. It's going to be a bit of a struggle for her to keep the house now that Grandad's gone.
I see. Yeah, well, I was a bit short with her last night when she asked for that raise. She's doing such a good job at the hotel. Look, why don't you tell her to come and see me at the office on Monday and we'll work something out, hmm?
Oh, that's great. Thanks, Paul. Guess who I just saw?
That Robinson boy completely ruined our reputations in Erinsborough when he wrote this story.
Forget about that, Nan. You should have even kept it. Now, I've got some good news for you. I just spoke to Paul, and he admitted that you've been doing a great job at Lassiter's. And if you go and see him on Monday, he'll speak to you about a pay rise. Isn't that good?
Very kind, I'm sure.
He's by himself. Let's get on with it.
Yeah, well, I'm sick of hanging around here, mate.
Hold on. He's got company again.
Hey, they've seen us. Come on, let's get out of here before they start us.
Don't panic. Open the bonnet. Pretend we got something wrong with the car. Come on, Brody.
I don't know, Grant. But there must be some way we can make him change his mind.
Oh, I hope you're right. But it seems to me this Morris fellow is the type to be even more determined if he brought pressure to bear.
Well, you can all relax for the time being. I've just spoken to our Mr. Morris on the phone. He's accepted an invitation to lunch at Lassiter's.
You're not going to try and buy him off with a business lunch, surely?
No, I think we could try something a little more subtle than that, like arsenic in the Vichyssoise.
Oh, I think I've got an idea that's a little more to his taste, Paul.
Oh, like what?
All in good time, Mum. I'd like you to come with me. But you're going to have to keep quiet, okay?
Okay, you're the boss.
Yes, I am. And it's time you saw the boss in action. You just might learn a few tricks.
Well, I reckon I'll get stuck into the mowing now.
You feeling sick, Des? Or isn't the cricket on today?
Ha ha.
Hi.
Hey. Now, Mike really misses that silly mutt. If Daff wasn't pregnant, I'd go out and buy him another one.
We'll buy him another one anyway. Dogs are great with kids.
No, pups are just as much trouble as babies. Chewing on everything and crying all through the night.
Look at it this way. They grow up together. And a good watchdog never goes astray.
Yeah, it's true, I suppose. What did those guys do to hand?
Well, you ask. These are the hands of a surgeon, not a motor mechanic.
Oh, wonderful. Now look who's coming.
Keep your mouth shut. Let me do all the talking.
G'day. G'day. Need any help?
Yeah, no thanks. It looks like this wire's come off the starter motor over here.
Ah. Well, if you need any tools or anything, I'm just across the road.
Yeah, good on you.
Okay. I might leave them on for a while. I think I've earned a sandwich and a nice cold beer. You had lunch?
My fridge is defrosting and all the cupboards are empty.
Oh, poor little orphan. Want to come in?
Well, if you insist. Here, let me give you a hand.
Hey?
Cute, right.
Looks like we're right for a while.
Hey, now he's taken old Carrot Top inside with him. Doesn't he spend any time alone with his wife?
Will you keep your shirt on? We'll get there.
Would you like to order now? I assure you the food's excellent.
Well, I'm sure it is. It's much nicer than the usual interview lunch.
Does Disclosure pay you an adequate expense allowance? I hear that salaries are rather small in the publishing business.
Well, I haven't drawn a salary or expenses yet. There's no point. I own the magazine.
You own Disclosure?
Yeah, well, what there is of it. Of course, the equipment and space is all rented. But we're only small now. Once we get going, the sky's the limit.
Then you understand better than most how important a good reputation is to a new business.
Nice try, Miss Daniels, but I intend to make my reputation by examining the reputations of others.
Then you're not a serious journalist.
Oh, I'm very serious. About making money. You see, businessmen, just like housewives, love to read scandal. And if it involves a competitor, so much the better.
But what you've got's already a matter of public record. Why would anyone pay to read old news?
Because I've got a new angle. How does this sound? While it is not the business of this magazine to discuss Mr. Robinson's ethics, we ask, would you deal with a man who drove his wife to suicide and broke up the engagement of his secretary to a rising young doctor? The fact that this secretary, Miss Susan Cole...
Now listen, you just shut up about Susan.
Paul, please.
If Susan's name appears once in your filthy rag, you're going to be doing your next article from a hospital bed. Have you got me?
Paul, don't you have some details to finalise on the Wodonga property? Yes? I'll see you back at the office later.
If you doubt me, Morris, just try me.
There's no need to apologise, Miss Daniels. It'll make a nice little addition to the story.
Oh, I had no intention of apologising, Mr. Morris. In fact, I back Paul 100%, even if he is a bit over-enthusiastic.
Well, it's nice to see an employer so loyal. But then again, he is a relative, isn't he?
I'm loyal to Paul because he does a good job. He's loyal to me because I pay him well and I leave him a free hand to get on with it. Now, I could do the same for you.
Are you bribing me not to publish?
Not at all. You're obviously a man with a talent for investigation. You'd do well in the Daniels Corporation. You'd have security and an excellent salary. Interested?
You cooked, we'll clear.
Okay. That was really nice, Dad.
We're going to miss you when you move from Ramsay Street.
I'm only going to live behind the surgery, not the darkest depths of Africa. There's no point in rattling around that big house by myself anymore.
You really miss not having Susan and Sam around, don't you?
Maybe if I got my act together sooner, they would have stayed. Susan really wanted a stable home.
Come on, Clive. You're too smart to lie to yourself.
Yeah, well, it's time I put all those years of training to work. A fresh start. New adventures in the art of medicine.
Hey, don't get too adventurous. We want you around for the big day.
I wouldn't miss it for the world. And now I've got to get going. There's work to do in the yard.
Oh, you can stay for a few more minutes, can't you? I mean, we won't get to see as much of you when you move.
I'd love to,
I can do
but...
better than sandwiches, you know that. How about a slice of homemade cheesecake?
Now, that's an offer I can't refuse, right?
It's bad enough that he should write about Terry. I mean, she can't be hurt anymore. But Susan, I mean, she is trying to start a new life for herself, and this could ruin it for her.
I offered him a job.
You what? Oh, Rosemary, I don't believe you. He's scum.
Paul, Derek Morris is an intuitive, intelligent young man. The Daniels Corporation could use him to its advantage.
Yeah, I obviously misjudged you. I didn't think you'd be prepared to hire a gutter snipe like him.
He's an opportunist, not a criminal. Anyway, it's beside the point now because he turned me down. And it's a pity because I'll have to think of some other way around him.
You'd have spent the whole time looking over your shoulder, waiting for the knife.
Well, I know a man like Morris can be unpleasant, but anyone clever enough to find out about you and Susan would have his uses.
That didn't take any talent, Rosemary. Whoever told him was obviously trying to get at me. I'd give a lot to find out who it was, too. Wait on, I know exactly who it was. I just didn't think he'd go this far, that's all.
I can't take much more of this. The tension's getting to me.
And take a few deep breaths.
Can't we come back later?
Just shut up, you idiot. Here comes his mate.
About time.
Hi.
Oh, hello, Clive. Isn't it a glorious day?
It certainly agrees with you. Things better at home?
Much. I finally gathered my courage and faced Rosemary.
Well, good for you. That wouldn't have been easy.
No, it wasn't very pleasant for either of us. I don't know if things will ever be the same again, but at least she knows I didn't try to hurt her.
Yeah, it's painful when you both love the same person.
Yes. Like you and Paul.
Well, we've never been mates, but I don't enjoy being enemies either. The sting's gone out of it somehow. I just don't feel like hating him anymore.
Why don't you tell him that? You'll probably find he feels the same way.
Yeah, I might just do that. Be good to clear the air before I move out.
Good thinking. And when you do move, you won't be a stranger, will you?
Never.
Well, I'd better get to the shops if I'm going to feed my family tonight.
Bye.
Bye.
Right, that's the last of them.
We better get going before somebody else turns up.
Yeah, right. You go in the back, I'll take the front. Wheels, you stay in the car and be ready, all right?
Yeah, I'll be ready for the last 2 hours, mate.
Can't we just let him drain?
We're almost done. Well, look, can you get that on more soapy?
Oh, g'day. Car still crook?
No, I fixed it. You Des Clark?
Yeah.
You're the bank manager at the local Pacific Bank, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Because we got business to discuss at the bank.
Bank's closed today. If it's business, Mr.
Yeah, as I said, it is business. And we're going to take care of it right now.
Today's Saturday. I don't work on Saturday. Call me on Monday.
Des!
You let her go. What's going on here? Leave my wife alone.
Yeah, we'll leave her alone, pal. Just as soon as you do as you're told. You don't want to hurt now, do you?